Solidify!
Let's light it up! I'm going in!
Order guide you!
This is long overdue!
Dawn, break forth!
No touching! Everybody stand back! Access denied!
Gather!
No touching!
Stabilize!
Born of ice and frost! Let's light it up! Raman?
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the village keepers back to Aru village shortly.
I guess all I can say now.
Don't mention it. I think we can both agree, but we should...
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the scribe!
There's no need to yell.
We've been all over the desert trying to find you!
That's right.
General Mahamatra? No, no!
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on...
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done all this by ourselves.
No, not Sino.
I could do worse.
Please have mercy.
Start talking. Otherwise...
So, your superiors have kept you quite...
They, wanted to extract canned
Don't play dumb. They extract divine canned knowledge.
I am really...
Well, you better start talking or you'll be sorry!
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
Be my guest.
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor.
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of the withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was still with us.
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's. The Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, he asked them, do you wish to create a...
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme...
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine... After that, they harvested dreams via with the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been trying to figure out the exact... Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely, if it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher. You know...
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who they're... It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience and... Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their... This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of a god of wisdom means stumbling in the darkness for the duration of their life.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you already have a new god...
From the beginning, the Academia has never treated her as a god. When the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, they found that at the time she possessed no more intelligence than... Not to mention that, slowly but surely, people began to forget.
So, this is the path...
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, then let's change up our scenery. Raman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. And these two scholars, they're coming too.
Sure, as you wish.
Next on the agenda, access denied. We're way behind schedule. Born of Ice.
Yes. This is it. Gather.
Teamwork is dreamwork. No touching.
This is order.
Access denied.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Stabilize.
Born of Ice and Frost. No touching. Born of Ice and Frost.
I can see the great deal of effort you put. Do you have some tea? Look, the birds are showing off their plumage. The squirrels are busy hoarding food, and humans are laboring for their livelihoods. Truly, simple animals don't need. I have no need for food. Finally, another boring day is drawing. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. The sun's already in your eyes.
Alright, it's time for a snowball fight! You're never gonna want to know the real secret to catching Oni Kabuto? It's in a attempt to end human prejudice toward the Oni.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them. The 2 new scholars are being kept under close supervision, too. Really?
The atmosphere. Hey! Say something! Stop spacing out!
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about?
Or I can go fetch some snacks.
Oh! Paimon's so coming with you!
Do you have any plans, Traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
So you were still withholding some information?
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super.
What a whirlwind of a story.
It seems like there'll be more issues to face in the days ahead than I'd anticipated.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Ramon's joined us.
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the rules in every sense. We cannot allow it to continue.
So, everyone, are we on the...
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other resources we can draw on.
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Yep, work out for sure.
Don't rush. This is a big undertaking, and take it slowly. We need to make sure the plan is as effective as possible.
He's starting to read his book again. Hey, are you even listening?
Would you like me to lend you something to read?
No way! Your books aren't quite to Paimon's tastes.
I was joking. I know my books are far too difficult for you, and I have no intention of lending them out.
Ugh, you're so annoying!
Don't rush. Take it slowly. We need...
He's starting to read his book again.
Would you like me to lend you something to read?
No way! Your books aren't quite to Paimon's tastes.
I was joking. I know my books are far too difficult.
Ugh, you're so annoying!
You must let me know if there's any... Though I cannot leave Arbor Village. I've never felt as roused as this when fighting alone in the past. I suppose this must be the...
The past few days have been some of the most challenging, and none of it'll earn me a single mora. I can't believe it.
Look on the bright side, Dia.
You've got a point.
Paimon would buy boatloads.
That's it?
And...
Well, here's to all, and here's hoping that everything we do from now on will change this world for...
In the past, I never... If we can find a way to change all of this, well, this nation...
Candace, we're here! Has everyone arrived?
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's join them!
Please, wait a moment. Before attending the meeting, I hope you can promise me one thing.
What do you need?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
What do you think?
Okay.
Everyone's here so early! But why isn't anybody talking?
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
Are you ready?
Very well.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold. Color me impressed.
It's worth a try.
The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
You're making Paimon nervous.
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later. Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be careful.
That's what I wanted to hear. Take care. Well, traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite productive.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And based on your reaction, things must have gone quite well.
Paimon's a little worried. Hopefully nothing will go wrong.
To be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know. So you have my trust.
Candace gave us a compliment!
Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that Although you won't be coming with us, we'll be sure to remember your words.
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived. Your safety is the most important thing. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. You're welcome. And thank you for taking my advice. Good luck with everything. I'll be here in the village praying for you. Stay safe. I'll be here.
Sounds good. I'll go make some preparations.
Okay.
I'll hit them!
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah! Also, Candace told everyone to be careful.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating. Our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful. We must go beyond that and fully commit ourselves to it. I hope this is clear to you.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to boost our morale right now?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation. We all have our jobs to do, after all. It's like...
Speaking of the front lines, you don't look anything like a soldier.
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic insight. Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single day.
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation, and you are a scholar.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some will exhibit far more potential than others.
This guy. Paimon still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a lunatic.
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. I'll take that as a compliment. That reminds me. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge. You have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked, I think. Those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting qualities of forbidden knowledge. But the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true nature of the Withering, Elazar, and the sandstorms. Don't you think what—
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is what caused the withering in the sands. At least, that's what— Wait a second.
You've—
But if that's the case—
Wait. Why do you think lesser—
You mean, it's related to the senior—
In that case, to make sure we're still on track, I would like—
Where are we going?
to an Eremite base. Oh, you made it.
Huh? What are
I gave them some...
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the...
Aren't those devices for canned knowledge?
Look here.
Huh? More
What's that look on your face?
Paimon's a little scared.
Anyway, we're not going to... As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. Traveler, I want you to record something. Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Conviction is the most important. Now, please get ready and put on this device.
You want us to record our conviction into the knowledge?
Yes.
Paimon.
I understand, but trust me, Paimon, this is something we have to do. It's best if you can do as I say, because to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first. Although it may feel like a trick, self-encourage...
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognized... Now, open your eyes. Here.
What's this?
Read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
But what was the point of doing this? Paimon doesn't get it.
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born. After all that time. A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries.
But why would you need to identify the great...
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very...
Things you're interested in are really out there. Are all Sumeru scholars...
Anyway, that's enough. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects.
Small projects?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal.
Time to go to gather!
Adventure! Everybody stand!
Glaze over. No touching. Healthy.
I'll take my ways to the wicked! Let's end this now! We'll be back. Stabilize!
Access denied! Teamwork is dreamwork! This is long overdue!
Ways to the wicked!
Let's light it up! Everybody!
No touching.
Ways to the wicked! Order guide you.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Access denied.
Waste to the wicked!
No touching! I can fix this! Off we go! I'm going in! Access denied.
Solidified!
Rex Lapis, I am sorry.
When I hand this work over to the Eremites, I'll have to rephrase the request.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
This is order.
Born of ice and frost. Adventure time! Off we go! Adventure time!
Nilu! It's nice to see you again!
Oh, hey there, Traveler in Paimon.
Are you here for some shopping too?
That's right. Although there were a few hiccups here and there. And so, the theater wants to host a celebration. Do you two want to come? It'll be it's something like a tradition of ours. Whenever we wrap an important rehearsals are exhausting. If you keep your nose to the grindstone, Mr. Zubair, our manager, always says that celebrations aren't just... But no one remembers that once the celebration starts. It's not like he can't also have some...
We've been to a lot of festivals during our adventures! Will your celebration also have lots of yummy food and drinks?
Of course. We always do lots of eating, toasting, and gift exchanging. We try really hard to show our appreciation for everyone.
Ah, so we'll need to bring a present. No way! Treat others how you want to be treated, right? Paimon already has a great gift in mind. But maybe you could lend Paimon some more of first?
It's fine. No need to stress, Paimon. You can come, present or not. The gift exchange is just to make the celebration more entertaining. You two being there would be the best gift of all. It'll also be a good time to introduce you to the rest of the theater.
Is something up?
Yeah. But for now, I tried to visit her, but I got turned. All I could do was to leave a letter encouraging her to get some. She'll be better soon.
It's all thanks to you and Nilu that we met.
You're way too compared to you. Anyway, all that aside,
Paimon thinks it'll be a great time.
All right, then let's head. Wait, I completely forgot about this.
Whoa, did you buy all of this, Nilu?
Just one box. The rest were given to me.
That's way too many freebies. Many vendors give out...
All I know is that whenever I start chatting with people, I was planning on making a...
So this isn't even all of...
Are you...
Of course!
I'm...
Oh, ow! What is that? Off we go! Adventure time! Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Or not. Adventure time! Off we go! Off we go!
It's getting close to the deadline. I can do this.
Adventure time! Off we go!
Maybe I'll borrow something to read.
I thought we agreed on a plan. How can you go back on your word?
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still can't agree to it.
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture and recognize the innate advantages of our plan.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Al-Hitham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino? He's turned against our plan.
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, you went to Al-Haytham for suggestions. Had I known Al-Haytham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the plan.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here, don't you?
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficiently dire. I'm sorry, but as things stand, I can't accept your principles.
Seems you really do understand the ways of the desert.
Traveler, Paimon, this is also something you should know. Rahman's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Reebok guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries.
Wait! How can we work with the guards?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Reebok would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big group. There is no better way.
That also sounds like something Al-Haytham told you. Am I right?
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this plan is?
Of course he does. He told me, there is no perfect plan, but this can get the job done. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would increase significantly. I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid points. It's my own choice to trust you.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. Casualties are inevitable once push comes to shove. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm against the meaningless loss of our own.
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like you are hard to come by.
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right to know important things like this.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
I knew you would say that.
We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little bit.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on. We strongly value the lives of our friends, but the goal we are about to achieve is even more important. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory. So please, lend us your support. We will show you the determination of us desert dwellers.
Well, now that you've put it that way, I can no longer refuse. But remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Candace made it very clear that we can only achieve our goals if we can ensure our safety. Since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendroarchon and those of King Deshret. Everyone's life is equally important.
Okay, you have a deal. Let's do this for our shared dream.
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there. Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation of Caravan Rebot.
Of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. Just let us know what you need. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation, we may need to report it to our superiors.
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akhmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies from the Academia.
As many as Ain el Akhmar? This should definitely be classified as a joint operation.
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible, and treat it as a top priority desert operation. I will need personnel.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work. Because I trust you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared stiff! Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Academia and are no longer their General Mahamatra? Even if that guard doesn't know, their superiors might, right?
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry, the guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter. Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound to attract a lot of unwanted attention. No matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing the news of Sino's departure.
A reasonable inference. I agree.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our operation.
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the Akasha, it's quite strange that it hasn't already tried to interfere with my actions.
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need to worry. If you remember, when you first came to Aru Village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kidnapped the village keepers. But things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of Sumeru.
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic. By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit an existing logic model. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic, but can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can our feelings and opinions be predictable down to the letter in every single instance? Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha could produce predictions that were similar to your real-life behavioral principles. Decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, you've joined a team. And I believe the Akasha hasn't yet figured out the full composition of it. Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. Any one of us could potentially disagree with another. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, there's probably a limit to just how much we can be modeled or controlled by data. So, in my opinion, you're probably safe for now.
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
Is that so? I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate, and people will not be forever trapped by the past.
Paimon's so glad that this is settled.
Next time, pay attention during our meetings.
Will do.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here.
I'm the security officer of the Great Red Sand District. My name is Luxembargo.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. She will be working with me. The construct next to her is for her work.
Beep! Construct, beep!
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And, is this the latest technology from the Academia?
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your subordinate?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest, I've always longed to go on a mission with someone as well known as yourself.
There's no need for flattery.
Yes, sir.
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district. We will carry out the operation there.
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map!
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and capture all of them. Any questions about the time or location?
None at all, sir.
Good. See you then.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And now, we're going to strike back against that massive pillar of power. Get ready. We will move out in 2 days.
every journey.
Time for the operation! Let's go meet Sino in the desert! Let's hurry over!
Wait a moment.
Ah! Oh, it's you.
You're my assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me. Now let's head over there.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared to give it our best.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, we must capture them alive. They are our only leads for the case. If they die, we will be unable to continue the investigation.
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from the west!
Make preparations and be ready for combat! Halt!
Oh? What a warm welcome! What do you want? Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands, it seems like you're not interested in a deal.
Rahman, the Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales. If you value your life, I advise you to surrender.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia? I can't believe you came all this way just to catch us.
I'm not here to talk.
Oh. Nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a mercenary. Brothers! For that slight, let's wash our blades with their blood. Let's show them we Eremites are not to be messed with.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Huh?
I will have order.